Dr. Khaled Qadoumi, Pegawai Perhubungan Antarabangsa HAMAS. Assalamualaikum, Dr. Khaled. Are you with us?
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Dr. Khaled, based on the current operation by the Hamas, what the message that you're trying to convey to the world, and then how we need to understand and then really looking at this situation thoroughly?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good time for you and your audience, our great friendly nation of Malaysia. What has happened today is the expression of the Palestinian people for their message to defend themselves against the Israeli brutal atrocities which has been perpetrated for centuries today. And nobody is in the international community is paying enough attention to those innocent people of our Palestinian nation who is under the siege in Gaza, under the continuous incursion to our holy shrines in Al-Quds and in Al-Aqsa, to different security arrangements against our common man in the street in West Bank. So today we are facing an extremist, rightist, fanatic government in Israel. The national security minister of so-called Israel is doing different incursions to Al-Aqsa Mosque, to the churches in Al-Quds. He is attacking against prisoners. He is an official person doing all those violations of international law and human rights in front of the camera, challenging the international community, and unfortunately, the international community stood helpless to safeguard our legitimate right in Palestine, to safeguard our innocent children who's been slaughtered for continuous 70 years by the Israeli. Today, we have started in the early morning the mission, the battle of, we called it in Arabic, Tufan al-Quds, that is a cataclysm of Al-Aqsa, in order to confront the continuous crimes of the Israeli brutal army against our people. In the early hours, we have launched more than 5,000 rockets. We have entered into those settlements, which they are according to the international law, and illegal bodies against our people, and it's an occupation against our Palestinian people. We have detained many Israeli prisoners. There were many casualties among the Israeli army officers. So in order to make the international community aware that we will never allow our cause to be liquidated and ignored by anyone. Today, the international community responsibility is to safeguard our people, who is continuously calling the international community that we want to live in peace, as peaceful as any nation in the world. But unfortunately, we have left to our own destiny to confront and defend ourselves. And the result was today that the Corps Commander of Al-Qassam Brigade, Abu Khaled Qadoumi, has announced this open battle to free Al-Aqsa, to free our prisoners, to stop the Israeli atrocities, the Israeli army atrocities and settlers' atrocities against our brave and innocent people in Palestine.
Dr. Khaled, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel is at war. What's your response to his statement?
Well, we are at war with Israel since 1948, since the time they have created this illegal entity which is called Israel over our land. Today he is announcing that he is at war, that he is telling the international community he is going to commit a lot of crimes and a lot of human rights violations and war crimes against our innocent people. So I am really having a big question to the international community, who has started their own statements to safeguard this illegal entity of Israel. What are they going to do to stop those chaotic situation created by this entity, Israel, against the security setups, against the stability in the region and the international community? Today, the international community, even the common man in Europe, they are witnessing and raising questions against their own government. Why should you continue to support these atrocities by supporting this entity of Israel? This chaotic situation has to be stopped by the international law, by the international community. United Nations has to carry their own responsibility to safeguard our people from those atrocities and from those Israeli crimes against our innocent people. The war which he is going to launch, he has to know that today our soldiers, they are steadfast. They have nothing to lose more than their own dignity and freedom. They are adamant to free their land, to return the asserted legitimate rights which has been taken by the Israeli army, and that is a decision by Palestinian people, not only Hamas, because our people today is in solidarity, is around and supporting, and rather in the same front of the Al-Qassam Brigade, and in the same program that today enough is enough of the Israeli crimes. Al-Aqsa Mosque, the first Qibla of Muslimin, the churches in Jerusalem of Christians, they are being disgraced by this Israeli army, who doesn't respect freedom of religion, doesn't respect humanity, doesn't respect any sense of human rights. So today we are in the field to defend ourselves against the occupation atrocities of Israel against our people in Palestine.
Dr. Khaled, any specific message for the Arab countries who have been normalized relations with Israel?
Well, normalization with the criminal, it's by itself is implicit and indicative. So the thing which we are wishing, rather we are looking forward, we have seen that the nations, the Muslim nations, everywhere in Malaysia, in Indonesia, in Saudi Arabia, in Iran, in Morocco, in Egypt, the nations are all with the Palestinian rights. They are having one message. We don't want this Israeli entity to be in our neighborhood or to be among us. It's an illegal, unwanted entity. What is required today that our governments should match with the demands of their own nations. Look at the opinion polls, look at the research centers, which they are day by day affirming that the peoples, the nations, the street don't want this Israeli entity to continue their own crimes. They don't want them to be among us. They are criminals. They are aliens. The government should stop liquidating the Palestinian issue, the only issue in the world today that is still unsolved, and it is under occupation. In all laws, the occupation is illegal, and it should not be cherished and awarded by normalization. We should stop this very silly and cheap joke of normalization. This is a partnership with the criminals against which being committed by the Israeli army against our people. The normalization is a dagger in the back of the Palestinian children who's been slaughtered by Israeli army for the last 70 plus years.